pick your poison. That's what you have to try to do when you go up in northern Manitoba. And we've been to this destination in the past, Baker's Narrows. I mean, it's just a tremendous area located right in the heart of some phenomenal fishing. You've got great walleye fishing, you've got big lake trout, and then you've got the big northern pike. And realistically, I'd go up for any of those three species in this area. But on this segment, we're just going to focus on the northern pike. Why? Because obviously pike are a lot of fun to catch, and there's not many places in the world where you can go and target fish this big. I mean, every day you have a really, really good chance of catching a 40-inch fish or bigger. There's not a lot of places where you can say that. And so this part of Canada is special. It's drive to blacktop highway the whole way there, and there's so many different lakes, there's so many different bodies of water that have big pike in this part of the world. And it's a pretty easy fish to target in the sense that focus on the shallow bays, you're casting, you're throwing big baits, and if everything goes right, you're catching some really big fish. Oh, got him.
Bigger?
Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, wow. Feels like a good one.
Okay, coming.
Oh my, this is so much fun. Oh yeah, nice fish. Yeah,
I've seen this fish before. That works.
All right, nice. Here, let me pop that lure popped out here.
That's an old warrior.
Yeah, that is a warrior. Oh.
You want to pick that one up?
Yeah, I knew as soon as I laid into that fish, that was going to be a good one. Look at this fish. Here we go. Oh, look at that.
Look at that one. That's a beast. That
is a beast. Oh, these are so much fun. That is one of my favorites. Casting for big pike.
Look at that little tail.
That is cool. Cool. Gorgeous.
Smashed the bait.
It did smash it. Let's get her in the water here. You don't want to overhandle these fish. These are, think of how old that fish is. That's just a special fish. Boy, well over 40 inches. I like to just kind of feel them charge up. There she goes. Hopefully you'll see her again next year. Wow, that's cool. And I'll tell you what, fish for big pike, listen, we're going to show you how and where and what to do to catch fish like that, but make sure you take care of them. So that's the thing, big net, big basket. You get these big fish in the net and you just keep them in the water, keep them next to the boat. You unhook them in the net, quick picture, you get them back in the water. But these big basket nets like this are just crucial if you're gonna fish for big fish, big pike, big lake trout, big muskies. Keep them in that basket next to the boat, handle them. That way these fish don't bang around, and just take a lot better care of these fish. That is a cool experience I wish anybody could experience.
For baits for pike, you want a variety of baits that can ride up above the weeds, such as kind of a line through bait like this of sorts, something that's really realistic. You can work pretty slow, and you want something heavy. You're going to want some heavy baits to get down there, work a little bit deeper water. You're not always fishing on top of weeds. Sometimes you're fishing rock, sometimes you're fishing a little bit deeper drop-offs. So you want something that's heavy, that can get down there, that can get in front of fish for a longer period of time. Different variety of paddle tails, curly tails, and it's important to have some reaction baits too. Some of the best reaction baits for pike are spinner baits. Either an inline spinner, such as this bucktail here, or you can have some crazy bucktail spinner bait kind of morphs. Something like this can be a really good bait for targeting bigger fish. It's a faster presentation, so you're pulling it through the water a lot quicker. You're getting fish to chase it, and you're getting a super hard strike out of it. You might not catch as many fish, but typically you'll catch bigger fish for sure.
So if you come to this part of the world, you owe it to yourself to spend some time casting for pike. I mean, this is a place where you can catch pike over 45 inches, where I would say 40-inch fish are fairly common. I mean, most days you expect to touch or handle a 40-inch pike. That's pretty impressive. I mean, 40-inch pike, that's a 20-pound fish in a lot of water. And so you look at the quality of pike fishing up here, you definitely have to spend some time casting. So you come up into these big shallow bays. Almost all these big bays have some type of a pike population, and some of these fish are big. And so you're casting, you're reeling, you can see the cabbage, you can see the weed lines. It's really simple, easy, straightforward fishing. There's a lot of different presentations that work. And when these pike are on, I don't think you're gonna find a more violent fish in fresh water. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, how hard these fish will hit a bait. I mean, the fight, the splash, the jump. I mean, these fish are fun. Oh yeah.
Nice one. A little bigger than we thought.
That's a gator. Yeah.
It's like some old battle scars.
Oh, he was such a fun fish.
That's awesome. Thick across the back.
Oh yeah, it was like a submarine.
Another super important piece of equipment you definitely want to have for targeting big pike is you want a proper rod and reel combo. We like to use a lot of bait casters and medium heavy rods. Basically what you're looking for is musky rods, but you want to look for a little bit lighter musky rods. You don't want to be going for the super heavy duty 9-foot, 10-foot rods that are rated for like 12 to 15 ounces. You want that kind of 2 to 6, 2 to 8 ounce rod. You want something that's more suited for what you're going to be doing. And for reels, you kind of want something that's going to suit whatever you're fishing with. Whether you're fishing with spinners, you're going to want a faster gear ratio reel. If you're fishing something slower, you definitely don't need the fast ratio. You can go for something a lot slower. And typically what we're spooling up our reels with is 65 to 80 pound braid, and it keeps you getting more fish in the boat. That's a good fish.
Okay. Get the net here.
It's close. Not
Oh,
super
yeah.
huge, but it's a nice.
That's
one.
a gator.
Fat one.
That's a gator.
Going for a loop under the boat here.
Oh, wow.
Just barely hooked.
Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful fish. Beautiful fish, Mac.
Should shake that hook in the net.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, when it hit it, I was reeling in it, you could just feel it bring the lure ahead because it hit it from behind, pushed it so far.
Yeah, nice work.
It's a beauty. Like I was saying there, I was reeling this thing in, that big paddle tail, and this thing just came and smoked it from behind. You know it's a big fish when it hits your bait so hard and just shoots it ahead a couple of feet and you're reeling in slack line, reeling down and setting that hook. Those big jaws. All right, let's get a release on this big girl. This girl's gotta be awfully close to that 40-inch mark. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good release, that works.
They do what they want.
Yep. Fish like that, they're in charge. Another super important thing for targeting the big pike is using proper leaders. The type of leaders I like to use are steel or titanium. This right here is tieable steel. And I'm gonna show you guys how I like to make the leaders. So I start out by taking maybe a 18 to 20-inch piece, snip it. You're not gonna wanna use scissors, you're gonna wanna use pliers, something that can cut through metal. And I like to run a swivel and a snap. So I'll take my swivel, I'll put it just through the steel like that, and then I'll double it back over. So I got both strands going through it like that. I'm gonna take it, and I just do a double surgeon's knot here. So I go through that, I'm taking the loop with the swivel on the end, and I'm going through the loop, and then I'm going back through the loop one more time, and then I'm just cinching that up. Just like that, and then it should kind of look like a pretzel when you're done. And you can tighten up both lines, the main line and the tag end. Cinch them up the best you can, and just snip off your tag end. And it's the exact same thing for the snap ends. And just like that, you got yourself a perfect, soft steel leader for pike.
So, you know, when you're targeting these pike, and less than 15 feet of water. A lot of this is visual in the sense that you're looking for weeds. You're looking for those tall stands of cabbage. You're looking for the different weed varieties coming up. And sometimes you'll put a pattern together where these fish will be relating to one weed or the other. Sometimes you can find rocks in conjunction with weeds. That can be a sweet spot in the sense that shallow rocks can be really good too, especially if there's weeds around them. But a lot of the stuff you can see, a lot of the structure that you're fishing, you can see. And as when you're putting these patterns together through the day, you can see what you're fishing, and you can see these fish come up and hit it. And so it's just a very visual fishing experience that so many people enjoy.